Hey YouTube, Fuzzy here. I'm going to start some work on the bass tracker now. First things first, as you can see, the boat really doesn't, it fits in the garage, but it's real tight getting around the back and the front. So I'm going to put a swing away kit on the tongue so I can walk around a little easier. We're going to start that right now. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, this is the kit I went with. It's a Fulton kit, swing away kits, 3" by 4". Pretty straightforward. 4 holes on each side on top, so 8 holes, and then another 8 holes on the bottom. All the hardware is included. There's actually, this bolt is the pivot bolt, the pin. It's all one kit. It's fairly straightforward. Let's get started. Okay, so here's what I'm working with. I got this kind of laid out approximately where I want it, so I can mark to make my cuts. I want to maximize my space here because I like my shins and my knees and I'm tired of hitting them on this thing already. Might be a little bit of an issue here, but it shouldn't be anything that the saw couldn't handle. Just kind of fix that, clean it up. It should be nice and far. This kit calls to make the cuts square, so I'll be cutting those with probably the reciprocating saw. Get that squared in. Look like something. So it should be about like that. Alright, here we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do is kind of use a highly sophisticated eyeball method. In the inside here, there's marks where the square of this will slide in there. So it has to be a pretty square cut. Just kind of eyeballed through the hole and lined it up the best I could just to make an initial mark. For my marks all the way around, just a square, pretty straightforward. Alright, I am going to use, like I said, a reciprocating saw. I will probably cut and then cut and then cut and cut. I'll do each side as opposed to just one chop. I want to get the lines as straight as I can. I'll probably actually even use that as a guide to help. This is a trick an old timer taught me. You can clamp your square down and you can rest the blade up there and actually make a cut pretty square, as long as you don't cut that up. of stuff. Looks like not so shockingly, it looks like maybe mice living in the tongue here at one point. Alright, you kind of see the idea here. We'll take the probably just make a couple marks here. We'll give it a good cut. Use the 4-inch grinder. I can kind of make it a little fancy, or the death wheel, as it's sometimes referred to. I'll keep an eye in this area here for cracking, you know, as the boat gets used. I don't think there'll be a problem though, but if there is, just back this nut and bolt out and can weld on a couple washers for some additional strength. It shouldn't be a problem. I know someone's going to comment I shouldn't be beating on this thing, but it should, you know, it should be able to take some kind of a beating. If not, it shouldn't be on my boat if it's that delicate. All right. Got the holes drilled. Alright, so now the trick, since I've got all these cut, or all these drilled, is to feed these guys up in here, tighten them all down. Alright, got this side all done. Got all 8 bolts in, top and bottom. Drilling it wasn't fun, but it went okay. These get torqued to spec, I believe 80 pounds or so. And the actual bolt will get torqued as well. I think this will be something I'll check pretty regularly with my bearings, some of the other things on the trailer, just to make sure it's okay. But I can put the winch back on. The safety chains are supposed to be drilled in here. I think what I'm going to do is probably just get a longer bolt. So I'll pop this one out, take it to the hardware store with me, and get a longer one with safety chains. They're on the tongue side, but the instructions for this call for you moving it. They don't give you the chain, obviously. It's kind of a secret they don't tell you about, but it's no big deal. You know, want to be. All right, got this side all done. Got all 8 bolts in, top and bottom. Drilling it wasn't fun, but it went okay. These get torqued to spec, I believe 80 pounds or so. And the actual bolt will get torqued as well. I think this will be something I'll check pretty regularly with my bearings, some of the other things on the trailer, just to make sure it's okay. But I can put the winch back on. The safety chains are supposed to be drilled in here. I think what I'm going to do is probably just get a longer bolt. So I'll pop this one out, take it to the hardware store with me, and get a longer one with safety chains. They're on the tongue side, but the instructions for this call for you moving it. They don't give you the chain, obviously. It's kind of a secret they don't tell you about, but it's no big deal. Alright, got these couple little rubber bumpers that just go on the end. Just a little bit of oil and slide right in. And this guy. Just like that. Looks good. Alright. All I got left is probably put a little lithium grease on the pivot and the pin. Torque all these bolts down to spec. Torque this, and I'll need to pick up some chain and a longer bolt for the safety chains, and I'll take the old ones off. Put that back, and we're good to go. Alright, we'll finish it up next time. Alright, finished up the safety chains. Like I said, replaced the bolt with a longer bolt. That's the original, and the new one is obviously new. It's, I believe, an inch or so longer to accommodate the new safety chain, couple washers, and the nylon lock nut. Measured out the chain, cut it to length, and used these hooks, pretty good hooks, pin, and a cotter key of sorts to use them. And with that, just need to do the final tightening. I'm going to lube up this bolt, throw some lube on this guy, and this project is done. Thanks for watching.